Unmotherfucking fuck yourselves. So, like, the greatest thing we can do, we're all trying to manifest our dream lives and live in our purpose and be aligned to this life that actually, like, lights us up inside and live in our authenticity, and which is, like, all we do and teach in life coaching. But it comes from really, like, you have to change your belief systems, you have to change your patterns, and you have to get out ahead of all the things that are blocking you from living that in the first place. So it's really just unfucking yourself. But when you start to, like, look at kind of all, like, because we all have toxic behaviors and we all have things, like, even I will find things all the time that I'm like, okay, well, that's not, like, working. That's not working. And a lot of it is actually, like, my own, it's our own brain chemistry. It's, like, how our brains are programmed to work. So deprogramming your brain and unfucking yourself is, like, not a slow, I mean, it's not, like, a quick fix, because there's usually so many layers and so many levels to it. And as soon as you, like, get through one, there's, like, more. So it's just, like, an unraveling process. It's a perpetual unraveling. But it can feel so overwhelming. It can be like, okay, well, in order to get this, I need to change this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And if you look at it all as a whole, it just becomes to, like, bombard you. And you just, like, you feel like you can't possibly do all those things at one time because it's just too much. And then a lot of the times, if you try to take it on as a whole, you end up backsliding because it's just too much change all at once. And, you know, you're so discomforted because none of it is how you're used to operating. So you're going to slip back, and then you're going to feel worse about yourself when you slip back. So instead of just, like, taking on the whole sum of everything that you know you need to change, or maybe you don't even know what it is yet, in which case we can definitely help you figure out what that is. But even if you do know some of it and not all of it, because like I said, there's layers and layers, just focus on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. If you want to, like, start, just start living a healthier life, like, and not just what you eat, but, like, just what you eat, what you look at, what you spend your time doing. But if your life is, like, filled with so many unhealthy patterns, like, you're watching things that make you feel bad, you're surrounded by people that make you feel bad, like, it's just like, where do I even start? So it's like, that's a lot to do by yourself. So hi, we're life coaches, and that's what we're gonna help you do, like, one step at a time. But if you can and you don't want to hire a life coach, or you're just looking for some advice in your own mind, in your own life, like, just start one step at a time. Like, break down all the categories of your life into categories, literally, and then just pick one category to start with and master that one. Because honestly, too, once you figure out one, it's like a lot of the behaviors and patterns are similar, even if it feels like, okay, well, my friend group is unhealthy, my food is unhealthy. If you just start with, like, your food and eating better, or, like, ingesting better things for yourself, you're going to just start to feel so much better that the other things are kind of going to naturally fall away and or get so much easier to just, like, mend without feeling so overwhelmed. So just start with one, because it's all correlated. It's all really one thing. It's really all one core issue of, like, not treating yourself right, or not giving yourself the grace, or giving yourself what you need every day. So it's like, honestly, just start with one, and I promise you the rest will be 111 times easier. A lot of them will just pan out naturally. Honestly, if you have a lot of weird people around you or something like that, like, if you just start doing better for yourself, a lot of times people will naturally just leave your life. You don't even have to trip out about what you got to do about it. They'll just be like, bye, because your frequency will start raising, and they'll just, like, fall off. It's amazing. Like, so many times in my life when I've leveled up my frequency, like, I'm like, who are we gonna lose in this thing, you know? Who's because these people literally fall off. Like, you'll get a text. Like, I've gotten texts in the middle of, like, the night, just like, I can no longer be your friend, like, with no reasoning at all. And I just, like, I usually laugh to myself. I mean, unless I know I'm in a bad vibration, then it's like, what did I do? But if I know I'm, like, being good to myself and I'm leveling up as a person and these things are falling away, I only laugh. I'm like, thanks, universe. Thanks for cleaning that up for me, so I don't even have to, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just kind of magic how that happens. And right now my circle is really small because I have just kind of gotten to a point where I know who I am, and I know where I stand, and I know what I want, and I know how I deserve to be treated. But I'm still working on some things, like, within myself and my own personal habits and foundations and stuff. But it does. It's like, as you change, everything around you is going to change, and it's just going to happen naturally by the natural order of you taking care of yourself and one thing. So just focus on one like aspect that you can shift and ignore all the rest, because it's going to start coming naturally and it's going to be fucking magic. But just don't put all that pressure on yourself. It's the pressure. It's like, oh my God, all these things just seem way too much, and then you just don't tackle it, because it's like, where do I start? Like, start in one corner. It's just like when you're moving and you don't know where to start, you start in one corner. Or like when you need to get rid of stuff, it's like, you know, you start with the sell, donate, keep piles, you know, and then you can get rid of that stuff. If you just like don't have an organized system of kind of like going through the process, you're gonna fall apart 10 out of 10 times. Like anybody is. It's nothing wrong with you. It's just, no, our human brains are not designed to like take on all of those matters at one time, because it just looks like too much, even if it is all correlated to the same thing. So what can you do, you little muffin, what can you do today that, like, just one thing, the easiest one, pick the easiest goddamn one that you can start working on that like gives you the least stress, and just like start working on that and let me know what happens. And if you want to work with us, fillyourcupofcoaching.com, links in our bio. We have free consultations, we have coaching programs, we have courses, we got all the things. We do tarot readings. We can align you, design you. I mean, you gotta align and design you, but we can sure help you get there. So we look forward to working with you. I'm Leila. Love you. Bisous. Ciao.